eyes, and if you haven't already, start taking some deep breaths into that good support. Let the belly soften. Let the chest soften. Shoulders relaxing. Breathe into that softness. And now bring an intention to your mind. Thinking of a word or phrase that can help you stay focused during this class on the reason why you're here, why you're moving, why you're choosing this practice. And whatever your intention is, say it to yourself 3 times. And then blink your eyes open. Start to move the spine. So we're going to round into cat. Maybe it's just kind of a half cat this first time. Chin to chest. Release that tension on your back. And then inhale, sitting up to cow or howling coyote. Pulling the elbows and shoulders back. Exhale, rounding into cat. You can bring in our vocalization, saying meow. Chin to chest. Inhale, slow and smooth, up to howling coyote. Feel free to howl. Let it rip. Feel that vibration in your face and your throat as you ow. And round into cat. Maybe a little deeper each time. Lifting up to howling coyote or cow. Expanding through your heart center. And then this time, let's stay in cat a little bit longer. So rounding. And maybe tip your head a little bit to one side. It could just be the tiniest bit. Or maybe you shift your shoulders to one side and the other. Just kind of feeling into not just the midline of this cat position, but each side of the body. You can kind of rock a little side to side. And then inhale to sit up nice and tall, just in a neutral spine. And let's start to take some shoulder circles. So rolling one shoulder back and then the other. And creating your depth of this shoulder rotation. Lifting elbows, maybe lifting arms straight up behind you. Getting into that swimming, breathing. Nice. Bring your arms down by your sides and pause. Maybe take a breath and go the opposite direction. So maybe forward if you went backward. And again, lifting elbows or straight arms, or keeping your arms by your side as you just move into your shoulders. Loosen them up, warm them up. Breathing and sitting up tall. Nice. And bring your arms down by your sides. Give them a shake, wiggle them out. Take a deep breath, and then inhale, reaching your arms up overhead, looking up. Exhale, floating your hands down, looking down, chin to chest. Inhale, sweeping up. Tracing this line of the sun, looking down, tipping your head down. Inhale up, and you can make this faster or slower at your pace. And down. Inhale up, down. One more time, sweeping up, and then come into cactus arms. Open the arms wide, pull those elbows back. So we're creating some tension on your back, your upper back. Maybe lift your chin a little bit. You'll feel a little bit more tension in your neck and upper back. And then reach the arms up. Press your hands forward, rounding through your shoulders as you bring your hands down to your knees to an upper back and neck cat. So we're not really tilting the hips back, but kind of relax the shoulders. And then let's sit up nice and tall, bring your arms up and out to cactus. So creating that tension on your upper back and neck, maybe lifting your chin a little bit. Breathing, and then reach up. Press your hands forward like you're kind of scraping your hands down a wall, but pressing into the wall to round your shoulders. Rest your hands on your knees and just release tension through your neck and shoulders. Stay here for a moment, take a breath. Sit up nice and tall, sweep your arms up again. Exhale, cactus. Pull the elbows back, lifting your chin a bit, as long as it's not painful in your neck. So we're really working that upper back and neck area. Inhale, sweeping your arms up, and then press your palms forward, round through your shoulders, chin to chest, and slowly release that tension through your neck and shoulders. Take another breath and just relax here. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Good. So let's go into our gentle somatic shoulder shrugs, bringing your shoulders up towards your ears. So now instead of the back of the neck, we're more on the sides of the neck. Unless you want to hunch forward and bring those shoulders up and back. If you want to keep working on the back of the neck, then do that. Otherwise, sit up tall. And then slowly smooth out your shoulders as they come down. And just relax at the bottom for a moment. Sometimes when we're doing these movements, you'll notice that another area of your body is holding a lot of tension. Maybe your feet are gripping, maybe your low back is kind of gripping or tilting or something. So bring your shoulders up towards your ears. Make sure your hands are relaxed. Make sure your low back is relaxed. Feet are relaxed. And then slow and smooth, let your shoulders come down, melting them away from your ears. And just bring that whole sense of relaxation all the way down, like it's dripping through your fingertips. Let's try that again. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears. And you can have your hands out to the sides if you want to. And then slowly release your shoulders. Notice if there's one spot that's extra bumpy or shaky. Mine's almost at the very bottom on my right side. So I'm going to focus into that shaky spot, that one little spot that gave me a harder time. And then bring your shoulders up towards your ears, hug it for 3 seconds, and then slow and smooth. But when you get to that spot, then go even slower, slow it down. Maybe even redo it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna redo that last, like half of an inch on my right shoulder. I'm just bringing it up, holding it for 3 seconds, and then slow and smooth release. Nice, so that's good information. If there is a spot in your neck, maybe try 3 more of these later today and see if it's changed or if it's the same. And then try it tomorrow. So let's go ahead and take a few more little shoulder circles, backward and forward. And now bring your hands up in front of you as if you're holding onto that kayak paddle. And we're gonna dig forward. So we're digging in front by your knee, dig down and paddle back. So dig down and pull back, side to side. And this can start out really small. It could start out small and you can make it bigger as it feels good. But you'll notice we're making that figure 8 movement and we're working into the elbows, shoulders, the torso and even the hips, especially if you're leaning into it. All right, one or two more, and you know I'm gonna reverse it on you, so stop wherever you're at and then dig into back by your hip, and then pull your arms forward and then dig back into your hip and push your hands forward. So that's the reverse. So you're kind of digging the paddle behind you and then pushing forward, digging it back and pushing forward. And if it gets all mixed up, no worries. You can make it smaller if that would be easier. Good. Nice. All right. And then rest the hands down, wiggle your fingers, releasing that grip. Shake them out. So we're working the hands there too. And let's come down to the feet and legs and start by taking some heel lifts. I think I'm going to use the blocks today. So if you do have two blocks, bring your feet onto those. And so lifting the heels up and lowering them a few times. First noticing how your calves and feet are feeling. And maybe pressing some weight into the knees with your hands or forearms. And then let's hold it up there for a few seconds and see if you can really ground all of your toes into the ground, not just your big toes. And then slowly release that tension, melting your heels down as far as they can. Press them at the bottom and just let go for a moment. Let's do it a couple more times, lifting the heels up just like we did with the shoulders. And then slowly let your heels down, smoothing out, trying to smooth out any shaky spots. Mine were almost kind of going back and forth a little bit. And then try that again. So slow and smooth descent, heels coming down. Yeah, mine are very interesting today. It's almost like my heels are taking turns going back and forth. So this time, let's take a different angle with the feet. So either put your feet out or your toes in. I'm going to go in and now do it in this different angle and just notice what you experience. So heels are lifted and then slowly lower them down. Relax at the bottom. Nice. So bring your heels to the blocks, or if you're just on the floor, that's fine. And start to take some little toe taps back and forth, warming up the shin muscles and the other muscles around your ankles and feet. So squeezing the ends of the blocks with your toes. Again, it doesn't have to be a tight squeeze, so maybe your fingers are helping you out here too. And then open those toes wide, spread them out. Maybe even smile as you do this. And then slowly lower the toes and the fingers down and give the blocks in your knees a squeeze. And we're opening them up wide, spread them like flower petals and find a big smile on your face. You could even bring the edges of your mouth up and lower them down. Maybe just let your face relax. One more time, squeeze the blocks, squeeze your knees. Make sure you're trying to use all of your toes. And then opening up wide, big smile. And then lay it all down, nice and gentle. Go ahead and move your blocks out of the way. And we'll do our alternating heel lifts, and the other foot, the toes will lift, and then maybe you bring in some swinging arms, alternating, so whatever knee is up, the opposite arm is in front. So just as if you're walking, if you're not sure, slow it down and check. This knee is up, this arm is in front, the opposite arm is in front. And then maybe lifting the knees, getting into a faster pace, a walking pace, hiking pace. Swinging those shoulders. Your elbows could be bent if you have space around you. I don't quite have space for straight arms. That's another option, is just to take more of a straight arm swing. Good, and then some big steps, wide legs. Good, and then maybe kind of reaching each arm out. Feel free to slow it down as you do that. Imagine that you're boxing. Bringing your feet closer together and picking it up. Either really fast walk or run, 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 run. And feel those muscles working, feel those muscles pumping. Keep breathing. Slow it down. Ooh, my legs are tired. And a few more paces, a few more miles to go. All right, and then slow it down. Take a deep breath. Get a drink if you want to. All right, we're gonna do a little bit more with the legs. And while we were doing those marching steps, I wanted to slow it way down. We're gonna take a marching step and then kick the other leg out. So step and kick. And I'm also reaching the opposite hand out. So step and then kick. So we're going back and forth. Step your foot down and kick. Step it down, kick and reach. Step it down. We're working into the knees and the hips a little bit here. You could make those steps, that kick really big. Good. And then bring it back to center. And we're gonna stretch the hamstrings on one leg. So either using a block, or if you can, reach towards your toes, but you're seated back in your chair, especially if you're not using the block. And then seeing if you can find a hamstring stretch. So sometimes we need to go a little deeper, so feel free to bring your other elbow to your knee and reach your hand out towards your foot, ankle. And then just rest your foot down, give it a break. See if you can extend it out and use your own strength. Otherwise, you can place the block under your foot again. And we're gonna point and flex, point, flex, point, and flex. Take ankle circles. And the other direction. Nice, and then flex your foot, tip it out to the side, try to make this movement come from your hip, turn it into center. Ooh, out to the side, and into the center, out, and in, out, and in. Good, ooh, relax your leg, maybe tap it out, or just bring it in and out a couple of times. And we'll go over to the other leg. So extending your leg out either onto a block or holding it up and reaching towards your foot. Maybe the other elbow supports you on your knee. You can also kind of tilt your foot to one side or the other. That might help you get into some different areas of your hamstrings. So we actually have like 4 hamstring muscles on the back side of our leg. So if we're always just kind of doing it in the same angle, then we're kind of missing some of the other muscles. It's good to explore. Maybe another breath. Good, and then just relax your leg for a moment. So we're gonna get ready to both move our foot and strengthen the thigh muscles. So sitting back in your chair, extend your leg out, and then point, and flex. Also your heel could be on a block or a pillow, point, and flex, point, and flex. And then ankle circles, and the other direction. If you get tired, take a deep breath, and then we're going to tip or flex your foot first, and then tip your foot out to the side and in toward the center. Out to the side, into the center. You'll probably notice one of these is easier for you. It's much easier for me to go out than it is to go in. Good, and then release and bring your foot down, either tap it out or let your knee come in and out. And then let's go over back over to the other leg, and either letting your knee come in and out to move your hip, or taking your hip circles, guiding your knee around, moving into pleasure, not into pain, and then the other direction. Good. And then set your foot down and go ahead and pick your knee up at any angle that feels good for you. It's really hugging it. You could even kind of pull your foot towards you if that would feel good. Other people like to keep their knee up more toward their chest. And then maybe you could extend your foot out even just a little bit, or maybe a lot. Maybe you can straighten your leg, and you could use either hand, really. You could use your opposite hand or the same hand kind of out to the side. And so when you're done exploring that, bring your ankle over your knee, figure 4. Scooch back in your chair and take your time to massage your leg and your foot. Find any spot that needs a little extra love and work into it. Or maybe if you don't have shoes on, you could do that little kind of pull and wiggle of each of the joints. Just kind of bringing a little space in between the joints. A little gentle pull and wiggle. I have a couple of toes that really like that. All right, and then leaning further forward for a deeper fold, if you would like. Also maybe bringing a pillow underneath your belly for support. Feel free to lean to one side or the other if that feels good. Take another deep breath. On your inhale, lift up through your abdomen, rock your knee a few times side to side. And then go ahead and bring your foot down. And then we're going to move over to the other knee, taking those in and out movements or your hip circles. And the other direction. And then take a a moment to readjust as you pick your knee up, lean back in your chair, and taking a little bit more time here to explore different angles, or maybe bring your foot closer to you. Maybe extending your leg out a little bit or a lot. Hi, Jim. It's good to see you. Could be out to the side, and eventually bringing your ankle over your knee and massaging your leg. Let yourself feel the goodness of this massage. I keep thinking I need to go get a massage. I don't do that very often. And find a spot in your body that feels really good to work into, or maybe trying that little pull your toe and give it a gentle wiggle, one toe at a time. Little pull and wiggle. And then maybe coming further forward for a deeper stretch. Also, the chin could come to your chest. And you could lean into one side if you want to. Take a couple of deep breaths. Find your intention, say your intention to yourself again. And inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Ooh, rock your leg side to side. And bring your leg down and give it any movement that helps release that position that we were in. So bring your block up between your knees. Make sure you're not leaning into your chair if possible. And so depending on your hip width, you may want the block narrower or further apart. So you can try it in two different ways also. So sitting up nice and tall, take a deep breath, and we're gonna squeeze the block together and squeeze your hands together, bringing all of that lovely muscle engagement to your midline for about 3 to 5 seconds. And then just release. You can hang onto the block to let go of all that tension. And if it would feel good, you could also bring your legs out, kind of press your legs out to stretch. And then we're going to do that a few more times. So bring your knees to the block, whatever setting you want it on. Hands to heart center, and then give everything a squeeze, but keep breathing. So sitting up tall and not squeezing so hard. This could be like a 2 or 3 out of 10 or 5 out of 10, something like that. Good, and then release and let the block go. Just open your legs. That feels good. And then let's do it again. Squeezing everything into the midline, keeping those adductors of the legs, those inner thigh muscles, keeping them strong and healthy. They support the knees, they support our movement as we walk. And then releasing. Whew, that's a lot of work. So let's go ahead and set the block down and bring your legs out wide. Scooch all the way back in your chair, and it might feel good to just lean forward and kind of press your knees away. The other option here would be to bring your elbows to your knees. I don't quite feel as much of a stretch when I do that. I like pressing my knees away, but just depending on your body, one might feel better. Good, and then sit up nice and tall. We are going to go forward for a deeper forward fold, and so you could do that with the wide legs, or you could bring your legs closer together, maybe a bolster to rest on. And again, you can come down just to your knees and stay right here. You can also tip your chin down. And if you want to go further, bring your hands down your shins to hold on to your ankles or your feet. And the head could stay lifted or lower your head down. So wherever you're at, feel, hopefully you can feel some compression between your belly and maybe your thighs or belly and the bolster. And then also any stretch on the back of your neck, low back. On your next inhale, slowly come up by bringing one elbow to each knee. Pause here first. Give yourself a little time to adjust as you rise up and stay, if you're feeling lightheaded, just take a little extra time or a couple of extra breaths. Good. All right, so let's do a little bit more through the torso. Sitting away from the back of your chair. Inhale, reaching your arms up. And then bring one hand down to your thigh or forearm for a side stretch. Inhale, reaching your arms back to center. And the other hand or forearm down to your thigh, side stretch. You might want your knees out wider. Good. Inhale, reaching up. This time, bring your hands or forearms down to your knees and reach one arm up to the side. So it's a little bit different side stretch. You might feel it in a slightly different position. Remember, your hand can always come to your head to rest. And then float your hand down, rest your elbow on your other knee, and then sweep the other arm up. Maybe rest that hand on your head. Breathe into the side of your body that's opened up. And then bring your elbow down to your knee. Lift up through your belly button and rise up. Inhale, reaching your arms up high. Open them out to a T if you can. You can always bend your elbows as well. But see if you can hold them out there. And then using just your torso, see if you can twist to one side. Might be just a couple of inches or more. And then come back to center. And twist to the other side. Using your core, your muscles in your abdomen. And then come back to center. Good. Sweep your arms up. And then open up to one side for a deeper stretch. Your front hand is resting on your opposite knee. Back hand is resting behind you, either on your chair or just down beside you. Sit up tall as you look off to the side and then look further back if you can, either turning through your neck or just your eyes. Just your eyes can reach back. Sit up tall. Turn just your head to look forward over your other shoulder. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. So make sure your shoulders are not creeping up towards your ears. Look back again. Look around, open your eyes wide, blink, smile. Slowly release, coming back to center, reaching your arms up high, and back to cactus. Inhale, reaching up, and open up to the other side. Front hand to your opposite knee, back hand beside you or draped over your chair. Sit up tall and take your time looking further back. Turn just your head to look forward over your other shoulder. And look looking back again, looking around with wide eyes, maybe a wide mouth or a big smile. Slowly release, coming back to center. Inhale, reaching up. Bring your hands to heart center. Good. And then take a nice deep breath. We'll do Robin's breath for 2 rounds. So inhale, exhale, diving forward, round through your spine, your neck, your chin comes to chest. Inhale, open up wide, those big robin wings. Exhale, diving forward like a robin diving down for a worm. Inhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath or 2 to reset. We'll do that one more time. Inhaling, exhale, diving forward. Inhale, open up wide. Exhale, diving forward. Hands back to heart center. Good. And then let's just open the arms up wide and cross one arm over the other, giving yourself a hug and squeezing your opposite shoulders. On your exhale, round your spine, bring your chin to your chest, feeling a stretch through your neck. Roll your head over to one side, even if it's just a little bit. Bring your head through center. Roll your head slowly to the other side. Back to center. Notice which arm is on top. So we're going to switch. So open your arms up wide. Bring the other arm on top. Good. Take time, maybe massaging your shoulders and then rounding your neck and spine, chin to chest. And only if it felt good on your neck, then tip your head to one side. Slowly bring your chin back to center, maybe over to the other side. Back to center. Inhale, sitting up tall and releasing your arms. Shake them out. Ooh. And let's do a little movement through the hands. So just make fists first. Notice how that's feeling, and then open your fingers wide. Wiggle them out, spread them out. Make fists. And open them wide. You could stretch your hands out. Make fists. And open up. Bring your palms to face up. Make fists, kind of pulling them in. You can even bring it all the way into bicep curls. And then stretching your arms out in front, opening your fingers wide. One more time. Bicep curl, nice and slow. Show those muscles that you've got, and then open up wide. Rest your hands on your lap. Bring the thumb to the index finger, and then open your hands wide. Thumb to your middle finger, just a light press on your middle finger. Open your hands wide. Thumb to your ring finger, open it wide. Thumb to pinky, and open wide. Let's do that again. Thumb to index finger, open wide, a little faster. Thumb to middle finger, open wide. Thumb to ring finger, you can look down at your fingers, open wide. And thumb to pinky, and open wide. So now we're going to change it up. We're going to go from one finger to the next. We're not going to open wide in between. So your brain needs to kind of pay attention. So start with thumb to index finger, thumb to middle finger, thumb to ring finger, thumb to pinky. Try it again. Thumb to index, middle, ring finger, and pinky. One more time. Index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky. And we will take our time of relaxation for the next several minutes. Thinking about any support you would like. If you'd like a pillow to rest on somehow, or sometimes in seated position, it's nice to have a pillow over the legs, just for a little support, and you can rest your arms there. Let's bring to mind a time that you felt deep love, either loved by somebody or deep love for somebody, or deep love for a pet, just where you felt that warm sense of home and acceptance, unconditional love and support. And see if you can kind of cultivate that actual feeling of that love within you. Probably feel it somewhere at your heart center, maybe in your belly. And just bring to mind the face of the person or animal that brings you this sense of love and support, this unconditional acceptance and forgiveness. You can even say their name. And then say these words. I'm going to say them and then you can repeat after me, either out loud or silently, to this person or animal. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you ride the waves of your life. May you live in peace, no matter what you are given. And it's okay if the person is no longer with us. And then bring to mind someone who is maybe just a friend or an acquaintance, somebody that you maybe don't see very often, but you have kind regard for. Bring their face to your mind. And send these words to them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you ride the waves of your life. May you live in peace, no matter what you are given. And now bring to mind someone who is someone you don't know really, but maybe you cross paths with. Could be like the checker at the grocery store, but you don't maybe know them. And bring their face to mind. Maybe say their name if you happen to know their name. And say these words to them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you ride the waves of your life. May you live in peace, no matter what you are given. And now bring to mind someone that maybe you're at odds with, or someone with whom you have a conflict with, or someone who is hard to love, or an animal that's hard to love. And say these words to them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you ride the waves of your life. May you live in peace, no matter what you are given. And lastly, bring to mind yourself. An image of your face as if you were looking at yourself in a mirror. Or maybe seeing your reflection in a beautiful lake. And say these words to yourself. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you ride the waves of your life. May you live in peace. No matter what you are given. Bring your breath awareness to your heart center. Simply breathing in and out of your heart center. Allow for the next couple of minutes in silence, and I will call us out when we're finished. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your breath. Coming into the present moment by just wiggling your fingers or your toes. Of course, you could stay here longer. Otherwise, you could take a long body stretch. Eventually sitting up, and we'll close out together. You can bring your hands to your heart or in prayer pose in honor of the love, light, and teacher within each one of you. And I hope you all have a beautiful weekend. Namaste and yippee!